UN Human Rights Chief Turk began his visit to Sudan on Wednesday, even as fighting between the Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces continues across multiple regions. He held talks with authorities in Port Sudan and met with civil society groups, humanitarian agencies and the UN country team working to protect civilians and document abuses. On Friday, he traveled to Dongola, the capital of northern state, a key refuge for people displaced by fighting in Darfur and Kordofan regions.
What they are telling me is about the horrible plight that many people, many survivors of this horrific war are going through every day.
Humanitarian partners told the High Commissioner that families have been displaced multiple times, while support for survivors of sexual violence and people with disabilities remains severely limited. Despite these challenges, Turk said local organizations are attempting to find solutions, even as resources remain stretched.
There needs to be an all-out effort, both within Sudan and by the international community, to help them to facilitate their work so that they can provide the much-needed humanitarian assistance that is required under the circumstances.
Turk is expected to visit internally displaced communities at the Al-Afad gathering site before returning to Port Sudan on Sunday. He will conclude his mission with press briefings in Port Sudan and Nairobi, where he is expected to renew calls for greater protection of civilians and increased international support for humanitarian efforts in Sudan. Joy Kiruki Juma, CGTN.